I've always loved grilling. Smoking ribs, searing steaks, slow-cooking brisket. My backyard is my pride and joy. Once a month, I host a private barbecue for friends, family, and neighbors I actually like. Notice the keyword, private. But if you live near an HOA, you already know there's always that one person. In my neighborhood, that's Karen, the HOA president who thinks every blade of grass, every driveway, and every backyard belongs to her. Last summer, I was smoking a big spread for a family reunion. The smell of ribs and pulled pork was floating through the air, and apparently that was too much for Karen. She strutted right into my yard with two HOA cronies, plates in hand, like they were invited guests. "Smells amazing," she said, without even making eye contact. "Since this is a community neighborhood, we thought we'd help ourselves. HOA dues cover shared events, after all." I blinked. "Excuse me? This is my house, my food, my guests." Karen waved me off. "Don't be selfish. We'll just make a plate and leave some for everyone else." That was the moment I decided if Karen wanted to treat my barbecue like a free buffet, then she was going to get a taste of my special recipe. See, along with my normal ribs and wings, I'd been experimenting with a batch of Carolina Reaper wings. For those who don't know, Carolina Reapers are among the hottest peppers on earth. One bite feels like swallowing lava. I made them for a cousin who loves insane spice challenges, but now they had a new purpose. I smiled and said, "Sure, Karen, help yourself." I loaded up 3 plates with nothing but Reaper wings and handed them over. Karen and her cronies strutted back to their lawn chairs and dug in. The first bite, they chewed confidently, like they were making some kind of HOA statement. 10 seconds later, Karen's face turned bright red. Her eyes bulged. One of her friends started hiccuping uncontrollably, while the other chugged soda straight from a 2-liter bottle. Karen fanned her mouth furiously, gasping, "What did you do to these wings?" I leaned back, cool as a cucumber, and said, "Oh, those? That's my special recipe. Thought you'd appreciate the heat since you were so eager to share in my food." She screeched, "This is assault. I'm calling the cops." The officers arrived, and Karen triumphantly pointed at me like she'd caught a criminal. "He poisoned me with his food." The cops looked at me, then at the plates of wings, then back at Karen, still dripping sweat and gulping milk my cousin had given her. I explained calmly. She trespassed into my backyard, demanded food, and helped herself. Those wings were clearly labeled as extra hot, eat at your own risk. I didn't force her to eat a thing. The cops chuckled. One even said, "Ma'am, you ate his food without permission. If anything, he could press charges for trespassing." Karen's jaw dropped. She tried to argue, but another hiccup cut her off. The cops gave her a warning and sent her packing. Since then, every time I fire up the smoker, Karen stays far, far away. The smell still drifts into the street, but now it's like an invisible fence. Nobody dares crash my barbecue again, not after the legend of the Reaper wings. Sometimes, when I want to laugh, I'll set a plate of them on the table marked HOA buffet only. Nobody touches them. Karen wanted a free meal. Instead, she got a fire-breathing nightmare.